Man, that heavy rain last night gave me a free car wash. Hell yeah. What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we got a little different project to take care of, and I think it's pretty cool. So I got my action clutch yesterday, thank you Matt. That is going to go on this GSR engine right here. Then the transmission is going to go on there, and then that engine is going to be going into the all-wheel drive CRX. But before we tackle that car, I need the transmission for this block. Now let me pull it up real quick, and then we're going to talk about what we're going to be doing in today's video. This right here is a very heavy small short block. This thing is freaking cast iron. And this thing weighs just as much as the entire B series weighs. I'm exaggerating, but it's pretty freaking heavy. This is an A series engine out of the early Honda Accords, I believe second gen, correct me if I'm wrong. The A series that came in the Honda Accords 86, 87, somewhere around there. And this belongs to my buddy Richard. Richard is building a pretty crazy build. So this is his spare block. He has another engine in his car currently that is bored over to 84, and it's got piston and rods, got the ported head, and he's doing a built engine. And if you guys don't know, these Honda Accords are over 33 years old, and transmission are hard to find. So he came up with the bright idea of using a B series transmission. So he's been doing a lot of work and been doing a lot of R&Ding with other companies, and they came out with a plate that is an A to B conversion. So this plate right here, guys, is one of two or one of three, I don't remember, but this right here adapts to the A series block to use a B series transmission. And on top of that, he's going all-wheel drive. He's got a lot of the stuff already set up for his car, and one of the main things that he need is to get the half shaft mounted up. So what we're going to be doing today is he provided me all of the kit and everything to mate the two together, the half shaft and all, to pretty much make an adapter plate for the intermediate shaft to the A series short block. So this guy shows up a little earlier than he usually do, so I'm just gonna go ahead and feed him. Here, don't bite my finger, bud. I had a cat this color a long time ago named Tiger, and we let him out, and dude disappeared. Buddy, I'm trying to work, buddy. Go away, buddy. Move your tail, buddy. Shoo, go. Hey. Holy fork. My finger. Thanks for the help. I'm gonna assume that's a dowel pinhole. That is super snug. Looks like we got some bolts. Might be a little too long. I mean, I don't need all of it mounted. I just need to mount this plate so it doesn't move off once the transmission is bolted up. hell? Okay, way too long. That's also too long. I can use a regular Honda 14 with some washers. So that way it's not sticking out of the plate. I'm gonna have to find one more for the opposite side. Actually, this one goes all the way through. Flushed. Now let's get this engine to stand up so we could slap the transmission on. It's gonna be a little tricky because there's no oil pan. So I added a 70-pound dumbbell as a counterweight because this thing is so heavy that it's literally just teeter-tottering on the dolly. So right now the transmission T-case is off the floor. I can move it around. Because it's so heavy, I have it kind of just sitting right here next to the table, so I'm not like, you know, trying to hold it from rolling downhill and all that. We have 1, 2, 3 bolts holding the transmission to the plate and this 19 down here, so 4 total. And I'm just kind of looking at like potential areas to make the plate mount to on the block before the half shaft. He did modify the alternator bracket right here to have clearance for the axle or the intermediate shaft itself. I haven't tested it yet, but he also provided me another stock one that's uncut if I need it, so I have that on deck. So it looks like the shield for the intermediate shaft seal is hitting the plate. Now you can trim it to clear the adapter plate. I think I'm gonna let him take care of that, but I'm just gonna knock it off. It's easy to press back on, no big deal. All right, so now we have an idea of where the intermediate shaft sits. So like the H2B, F2B conversion, you have to shave the block and the oil pan for clearance for the axle, boot, and strap. We don't have an oil pan, so I don't know where the axle is going to land, but I think I'm just going to let him take care of that, figure out if it's going to hit when he installs the adapter plate and the intermediate shaft into his car, because he has an engine and an all-wheel drive transmission currently in his car. But I think I'm just going to focus on the adapter plate, and I ran this by him yesterday, so he knows about the axle. Even if I put an axle on it right now, I still don't know where it lands, because I don't have the oil pan and I don't know where the oil pan sits. The H2B kit has their intermediate shaft literally sitting at an angle like that, and then there's a plate that comes off of the block, and then it has like some angles on it, and then another plate where this bolts at an angle. He was telling me about another guy that did his on the forum or something like that, or in the community that he's in with the Honda Accords, that he made literally a flat plate coming off and it bolts something up like that. But because I want it to be ease of installation, I'm just going to go ahead and make that angle. But this angle is to be determined once I get a plate coming off of here somewhere. And I'm going to go ahead and just brainstorm something real quick and see what we come up with. Trying to work, bro. trying to work, bro. A little snip here. One and 3/8. Got some round tubing. 1 and 3/8. I'm gonna put a stud on here just to align the spacer. I already did this one right here, tacked in. I already got a stud in it. Bolt this one down. Snug it so that way I can move it around if I have to. So what I'm going to do here is align that back kind of centered by the feel, about right there. And then this one, just got to shift it around, find that center by the feel, somewhere there. Now let's tack it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill from the spacer side, because it was kind of complicated to try to figure out where the bolt hole landed on this end. Instead, I welded the spacer on, and I'm going to drill from the spacer side into the plate to get that hole, and then we'll widen it up on this side. So that's pretty much the first plate. I'm going to go ahead and take it off, weld it completely, and then we'll figure out a plate for the half shaft to bolt onto. Oil filter is in place, kind of, and I have this cardboard cut out, and it is kind of bolted up to the intermediate shaft flanges. It is marked out as well too, but I don't want to cut this out just yet. It does clear the oil filter, and what I want to do right now is I want to position this mounting point, and then I'm going to build the legs off of the plate to the block right here to this cutout to get my angle, to get where I want this intermediate shaft to, you know, be hanging out around. So I gotta find a way to hold this together like that so I can get some measurements. I need the surface area to weld the legs coming off of the plate, so I'll trim it after it's all said and done, but very promising. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these 2 pieces of cardboard, make my legs, and go from there. I'm using some welding wire, some really thick one. You can use a coat hanger. I made this in the length that I need and curved it on the end to prop pretty much the intermediate shaft in the position I wanted to be in. And just like that, that's where I'm going to be mounting the intermediate shaft and its plate. So I took off the oil filter to kind of give me a better, you know, better access to getting these plates made up, these tabs, these ears. So now I'm just going to take some cardboard and trim this up until we get the 2 tabs that we need. Literally, I can just make 1 and then cut 2 because I want this to be symmetrical, so it's going to be 2 identical pieces. Once we figure out our angle, we'll take these 2 template and transfer it over to steel, mock it up 1 more time, and then weld it in. bracket, fully welded. This is pretty cool, making something like this. Let's bolt it up. So that's pretty much the bracket right there, guys. The intermediate shaft adapter to an A series block utilizing a B series all-wheel drive transmission and the matching half shaft. This is pretty firm, pretty sturdy. I am going to leave it raw so he can paint it himself. I clean up all the burrs, all the edges and everything so it doesn't cut his finger when he's handling that. The holes for the half shaft itself, these 14 mils, I drilled it a little bit bigger so there's some wiggle room in case he wants to get this nice and aligned, but I don't think it'll matter too much because there's really not that much of a play for the half shaft to go up and down, but there is some play, some wiggle room, so he can do so if he please. But yeah, this is something a little different. I've never made anything like this before, but I mean, if you have the imagination and some references, some research, you can definitely get it done, kind of like how I did it right here. The last thing I'm going to do is cut off the water pipe and the water neck to weld on the dash 16. I'm not going to really show that in this video because I don't have argon anyways, but I at least want to get that all prepped up so I could get it ready to go if I go buy some gas and stuff tomorrow, depending if there's a shortage or not, or if they have it available. I'm trying to knock it out soon. This is like one of the last main piece to his puzzle. He does have his engine already in the car. He's going to get his car put together as much as he can, and it's actually going to be coming here real soon. We're going to be doing the charge pipe work and downpipe and dump tube. If I didn't mention it earlier, it is going to be boosted. Obviously, it's going to be all-wheel drive. So I think that's going to be a pretty cool project to share with you guys. But as far as tonight goes, as far as this video goes, we are going to end it right here. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a thumbs up. And if you guys want to stick around and see that Honda Accord, be sure to hit the subscribe button. I think what's next on the list is installing the action clutch on that engine and getting started on the all-wheel drive rebirth. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.